How's it going, Virgo community? Soul Tiger is here with a special story for this wonderful frequency. Now, let me start this off by saying thank you so much for your time, your energy, and your patience as I navigate this story between the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, and everything in between. Now, with that said, this is a space where we call in the angels, ancestors, spirit guides, as well as divine and universal energy to come on in and be the guides and protectors of all the positive messages that are going to come out. Now, keep in mind that this is not Love Tarot. This channel is geared around self-empowerment, self-improvement, and what that means to me is us building the stepping stones to get closer to our soul being, which helps align us with a higher power. So Virgo, let's talk about the vibe. First off, I already kind of had to re-record this because one thing that's really important, I don't know if you've noticed this, it's not coincidence. You do have a lot of ancestral energy around you. They're trying to guide you through this. They believe in you a lot. They see your goals. They're with you at times when you think that nobody's there and you're thinking about the goals, you're thinking about your future. They have heard what you really want, so they're here trying to guide you. So a lot of this comes from your ancestors here. So let's get started. Sometimes people just don't understand you. It's not because there is something wrong with you. Let's be for real. Not many people even understand them damn selves. And that is from your ancestor right there. Don't be paralyzed by the actions, words, disagreements with others. Remember, misery loves company. And these fools just want another clown to join their circus of life. Remember, you have choices here. Generally, one who can't stand you trying to change and do better are most likely 99.9% an energy vampire. Think about it, Virgo. If someone cares, they accept and support somebody trying to do better for themselves. They don't have to understand the dream to be a good person to you. Keep this in mind. People get mad when you change because that means no more catering to them. Keeping their misery company isn't going to happen anymore. Plus, people hate it. They hate it when you call them out on their bullshit. And when you walk away from people, when you level up, oh man, do they feel called out. Woo! So you're going to feel a lot of pushback. You could be feeling a lot of people trying to mess with you, trying to make you feel a type of way because of what you're trying to do. But again, in this low frequency, toxic kind of environment, it feels like you're not meant to be there. You know that. Your guides know that. The divine knows that. And what was interesting when I was cleansing your cards out, especially when it comes to your block, there's a lot of Capricorn energy here. Capricorn is going to be our little bit of North Node energy for this month, which is the full moon. And what was very neat, it was the last shuffle, you had the Devil in reverse and the World card in upright, both Capricorn cards facing off with each other. And when I completed that shuffle, it was the World card. What that symbolizes to me is that through this change, you're going to unattach yourself from the Devil type of energy, the Devil card here. What that also means in layman terms, in 3D terms, is you're gonna unattach yourself from darker energies, from energies that were really chaining you down, energies that used your fears against you type of thing. So, yay! Yay, you're almost there. And this is the way it usually works when I think about a lot of things that's happened in my life. There's just this moment of chaos, and it builds and it builds and it builds and it builds. And just like when the storm ends, it feels like the sun shines even brighter. After the rain is gone and the sun is out, everything feels crisper, everything feels fresher. It's like we have another start here. And I feel like that's what it's going to be for you, Capricorn, excuse me. That's what it's going to be for you, Gemini, if you face this Capricorn kind of dark energy where you don't resist the change here and you don't just stay where you feel like your comfort zone is, where you seek that security because you've been here, you've done this, and you know it. Instead, you create that change and you're open to it and you go towards it and you end up creating a whole new world for you in a sense. Ooh, ooh. So to start everything off, this is so awesome. To start everything off, we have what's the tea, because it has to do with so many others. I feel like spilling the tea on some of this stuff is really going to help. So let's go ahead and call on the angels and ancestors. What is it that needs to come out for Virgo? Something we're confused on, something we're not seeing, but shoot, it gets pushed out right away. Look at that. We talked about this. A jackpot. Winning. Success. Getting to where we need to be. Our purpose, what I'm hearing is our purposeful path, walking in purpose, walking with our purpose, being immersed in the purpose, surrounded by where we're meant to be, what we're meant to do kind of thing. We all have different purposes. What else needs to come out? I like this because you know what? I did see this in the cleansing. Yeah, you're going to have people trying to mess with you. You're going to have people trying to force you back into what they're doing. It could be people who feel like they could be a boss over you. It could be even if you're growing up in a toxic household, it could even be the elders, older family members, stuff like that, that's trying to use their status in the family, trying to use their age in the family as, you know what, I'm older, I know better kind of thing. It could even be a manager that's trying to force you to stay in this one spot, this toxic workplace too. Whoever it is, they not really the boss. They is not the boss. They trying to look like the boss, but they is not the boss. Then we're confused. We are confused on how much these people are watching the moves that you are making. We are confused at how much they're invested in what you are doing. And on the flip side, we have somebody here that you wouldn't believe that is wishing bad upon you. That bad upon you doesn't have to be like, oh, I wish Virgo gets in a car accident and stuff like that. No, this person's just wishing that you don't do anything new. They wish that you stay the same. They wish that you don't go anywhere. They wish that you don't embark on anything. This person is very selfish. Whoever this person is. It could be even two people here who are trying to mess with you. These people could be trying to gang up on you and bully you. For all you know, they got a little Igor here too, who's keeping tabs on you. Little Igor going through all your social media. Say, oh, they're doing this. Oh, they're doing that. Oh, guess what? I seen this Virgo over here with this person, this company, whatever. But they keeping tabs on you. They is keeping tabs on you because they want to put you in a corner. They want you to feel like the only success that you're going to have is with them. Ooh, hold on. Flip it, flip it. All right, so what is the last card? Oh, I think I got confused there. Okay. What is the last card that needs to come out? Oh, boo-boos. Oh, boo-boos. This confirms it. Take this for the full face value. It is. These are wolves in sheep's clothing. What'd I tell you? I told you these are probably some energy vampires here, or people who don't want you to do better are energy vampires. These aren't even succubus. They're not even trying to lure you in with a lie. They're trying to sit here and tell you about yourself, tell you how your dreams are not valid, whatever they're saying, however they're saying it, because they want to feed off of your carcass. Oh man, and do they have you surrounded? I feel like they're working in a pack, and if I remember right, it was a whole community that you were stuck in last time with the last story. If you're looking for more confirmation, Virgo, in this story, this is it. This is it right here. It doesn't get more clearer for you. Just know that these ones are not working for you. And the more you stand up for yourself, the more they're going to fight with you. The more they're going to tell you wrong. The more that they're trying to do research, watch every little move that you're making so they can highlight how wrong you are, how you don't know what you're doing, etc., etc. I think that this should be another reason why you need to get up and go. Honestly, they could be even feeding you excuses of, you know what, I didn't even really know you. This is why I even decided to take you on and let you in on this place. Because this reminds me of a dream that I just had last night. I'm not going to lie. In this dream, I was at this other workplace and I was just like, why do you guys even bother with me? Why do you guys even want me here? I couldn't understand it. And they flipped it on me. The person in this dream flipped it on me and was just like, well, you know what? I barely had so much time to get to know you, to interview you, whatever. And, all I had was that 1 minute. And I thought, getting to try and know you after 1 minute, I thought that you would have been a good fit, blah, 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 blah. But what this dream spoke to me is like, it was unrealistic. What they were saying was unrealistic because they sat there, they went through everything with me, and they really thought that I was going to be a good match. Even one of the things that they had told me was like, I like to bring in new people to stir stuff up. And I'm a person, I can stir up some stuff. So whatever they're telling you right now that has to do with your position there, how you got there, whatever, blah, 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 blah. What they're doing is too much of this, flapping their gums. And they need to just, and they need to accept your choices here. And the only reason, again, why they're giving you so much grief about this is because they don't want you to go. They're energy vampires. So Virgo, let's go ahead and move forward into the present time of now. I'm hearing ancestors, angels, and spirit guides. The angels are here a lot too, I feel like. What else, or what needs to come out for the present? Excuse me. Oh my goodness, here we have a 6 of Cups. They could be using that they've known you for quite a long time. I like this. The Magician was at the bottom before as well. And then we have this Wheel of Fortune. So they could be like, you know what, we invested, we've known each other for so long, whatever this excuse is when it comes down to back in the day kind of thing. And they're going to try and say, well, we partnered, we had the same idea, we were supposed to make this happen, we were supposed to bring everything that we had together and be able to build it from there, reach to what we wanted to reach for from there. But what I get is these people, when I look at this Magician card, these people, they think small. You think big. They may have had certain tools and stuff back then that you could use the experience that you needed to help propel your ideas, your dreams, the way you want to go even more. That's why you're running at odds ends, because again, your vision is different than their vision. They're very limited, whereas you tap into your unlimited possibility side when you see things, when you're going in and you're actually analyzing, how do I put it, the fractal pattern of life, of how you can build on top of things and build on top of things and create it and make this bigger thing from it. Whatever it is, though, it's something that they don't understand. It's something that intimidates them too. It could be something that they're always watching out for. But it is very untraditional. It is very untraditional. And because it goes against whoever's speaking against you, they don't like it. This is what they say here, and they try and use like past promises. You know, you could have said, you know, we have these dreams, we're going to make it to here, we're going to do this, you're going to be my ride or die, I'm going to be your ride or die kind of thing. And they could be using that against you as well, because remember, we've been here for a while. It's been some time. We've known some of these wolves in sheep's clothing for some time before they were wolves. What else needs to come out? Yeah, we got this Hierophant in reverse here. 3 of Cups talking about a community, and then the 9 of Wands. So with this community, it's kind of like the community, there's a lot of insecurity in this community. Because there's so much insecurity, this is why they go over your boundaries in a sense. If you're trying to tell them, hey, I don't want to put up with this, I don't want to deal with this, they toss that out the door. And again, it's more than one that's coming in at you. But this spiritual hater and whoever this boss daddy is, whether males, females, whoever they are, you know, there's just a person who thinks there's a boss, and there's somebody who really talks a lot of shit and who talks down upon your dreams and who really roots against you type of thing. But this community is tied together. No matter what, these two are very negative. They celebrate their wins, but their wins are very kind of underhanded kind of thing. You've seen this. You see that if this is the business sense, this is where the business takes shortcuts to save money, but yet they are stiffing the customer. They're stiffing somebody in the long run so that they could put an extra penny in their pocket kind of thing. Again, if this is family, if this is a partnership, this has to do with people not wanting you to see what you can actually build. They don't want you to get to these goals, again, because they're dreaming very small. So every time that they step over your boundary, every time that they stomp on your dream, it makes them feel like they're keeping you here. But they really use these, the fact that this isn't something, how do I put it? The fact that when you guys laid the foundations of whatever this plan was, they're using that against you. They're trying to say that you're being unorthodox with it. This isn't right. This isn't the agreement. And again, it's basically that one who speaks against you a lot that's doing that one. This one could really have a really twisted outlook on life, I'm seeing. And then we have the Ace of Swords here that falls right towards me. What is this truth? What is this truth here? How do I see this truth? How do I look at what's happening behind the curtains with people trying to call the shots on what I do here? Virgo's saying, what is the truth? What do I believe? Do I go forward or do I keep looking back? Do I trust these others or do I trust myself kind of energy? You know, that's very interesting because that plays into the new moon, full moon interpretation this time around with the new moon in Cancer and the full moon in Capricorn. The Cancerian side of it talks about our loyalty. And with this time around, it's asking us to really look at where our loyalty lies. Does it lie more for others, or does it lie more for ourselves? Who are we more loyal to, them or to us? Because sometimes when we're loyal to others, they will lead us to our demise. They will lead us to our doom. They will lead us to our breadcrumbs and keep us there. Because guess what? It doesn't affect them. It affects us. They just want to reap the rewards from it. And with Capricorn and Cancerian, these are two very sensitive signs. Sensitive with the emotions, sensitive with this emotional being, because with Cancers, nobody really knows how they feel at the core. And with Capricorns, they tend to run from their feelings. And this is something here that you really need to sit with yourself. You need to figure out how you're feeling about things. You need to have a raw conversation with you. And you need to sit here and figure out where your loyalty lies. If you want a little bit more in-depth kind of version with the new moon, full moon interpretation, go check out my new moon in Cancer, full moon in Capricorn interpretation for this time around. Again, it just goes into a little bit more depth with those energies and how we're going to work through them, or how we could work through them, how we can use this energy to help us out, to help out our lessons so we can surpass and ascend, level up, get to where we're supposed to be going, because some of us dream bigger than others. And that doesn't mean that others are less. It just means others are afraid to face their fears. And this is what I feel like this time around for the new moon, full moon, for July kind of energy is us learning how to face our fears. And a lot of times our fears are really influenced by our emotions. So let's go ahead and continue on with this present for the Virgo. What else? Oops, excuse me. All right, what else needs to come out for the present for Virgo? Here we go. King of Cups. Ooh, King of Cups, selfish. Very, very selfish. Thinks about himself. Queen of Wands. Two of Cups. Oh. You have to understand. You have to understand, because I feel like this is the boss daddy and the spiritual hater here. You are dealing with these two. There we go. These two in a reversed partnership. These two don't even like each other deep down. They don't. These two are partners because of what they can feed off of, what they can get. These two use each other in a sense. When we have the King of Cups in reverse, he's only focused on himself. He could be dealing with a lot of addictions too. He's very selfish. He doesn't see anybody outside of himself. He doesn't think with his emotions. He is not sympathetic. He's not empathetic either. He doesn't care. He cares about the one thing that feeds his addictions. Whereas this one, the Queen of Wands in reverse, this one, I want to say broad. Excuse me, this broad right here, in the reverse position, this is a corruptor. This one who feeds off of drama. This one feeds off of revengeful kind of stuff. Just like this one is like a sour, excuse my language, ass energy with this one. She's very combative. She's a drama queen to the fullest. She may be a little high maintenance as well, or she could be on the opposite end where she really just doesn't take care of herself. Well, she could be plagued with a lot of intoxicants. It just all depends. It all depends on who it is, how this fits for them. But this one chooses violence. This one chooses violence a lot, and this one chooses its addictions a lot. Now, these are in a karmic pairing, because we have this Two of Cups here. This talks about a partnership, but this partnership is in reverse. These two have their demons playing with each other. These two basically feed off of each other's fears. They feed off of each other's anxieties. These two really don't like each other. I could tell you for a fact, these two don't really like each other, but they're in it because they want to get what they want from it. And this reminds me, I was watching this one show, Mr. Robot. That was I just discovered that show not too long ago. Totally binged watched it. Oh my god, awesome storyline. Remy did amazing in it as well. Kudos, kudos, kudos. But there is a part in Mr. Robot, and it had to do with the higher up execs. And in one scene, the chick, is her name Angela, I think? She was talking to the business guy, and she was like, how can you go back to this company after they already kind of, slandered your name, whatever kind of thing. Or they did somebody wrong, it was something. The guy was telling her secrets so that she could use it in her court case against this major company. And he was like, you know what, at the end of the day, we don't care about that. At the end of the day, basically, he was saying, we care about the main goal, and the main goal is accumulating money. Accumulating money to keep our status. Accumulating money to have the power. So these ones may not like each other. They may not care for each other. That could be the real thing behind closed doors. But because they have the same goal, they are aligned with each other. Look at that. How they look at each other, how they're working for it. But again, they're working for their own selfish reasons. Keep that in mind as well when you're reflecting upon this, when they're talking to you, all that stuff. Again, they're very selfish and they're out for their own reasons. Then we have this Queen of Pentacles coming in reverse. This is a lot about greed. This has to do a lot with greed. You have a lot of higher up people who are only in it for themselves. And this is all your wolves in sheep's clothing. I'm being pointed that this one could be the stalker here too. Whoever your stalker is could be somebody that you least expect. In a sense, because they've sat here and they've mentioned something to you that made you question something, that made you question if they're on your side or if they're on their side. If they're working here, if they're dealing with all this and they're okay with it, I'm gonna let you know they're on their side. It just is what it is. This is somebody out here where they want to flock with this because they want to be birds of a feather here. And you are dreaming of soaring with the eagles. Just know that. Two of Swords. Blocking. Trying to keep you tied up. Again, they're going to use that Hierophant energy saying what you're doing is not realistic. It's unorthodox. You made promises before. You said this and this and this. Yeah, well, you know what? The truth is, if you actually knew how these fools were going to turn out, you probably wouldn't have made those promises. Think about that. You got to check in with yourself. Check in with how you feel. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into the block here. See what it is that's keeping you here. See what it is that you're questioning. See what it is that you have a block to. So, angels of protection, divine and universal energy. Please help guide us through the Virgo's block here, making sure that we are safe in our journey through this block. All right, what needs to come out? Well, it talks about the greed, the King of Wands. Virgo, you're afraid to put this down. You're also afraid to see your real energy. For some reason, you really doubt how fertile your ideas are, how fertile the charisma that you have to move forward with this. You question this because, again, it isn't what you promised, and this community doesn't understand it. And this community, it may not see it because you may be trying to be more fairer with things than what they're trying to do. Because like I said, there's something that they're doing on the back door or behind closed doors, where they're kind of making moves where they're cheating others or something. Somehow there could be cheating involved, whether it's cheating their customers. It could be cheating, I would even say, on taxes. There's something here where they're trying to cheat some kind of system, I feel like. All right, what else needs to come out for the block? Now, this talks about that fertility and stuff. Two of Wands. In the reverse, Aries energy, talking about the start of something, Virgo. So this is going to ask you to do a little bit of opposite of what you're used to. Mutable energies, transitioning of ending seasons and getting ready to go into a new season. With the Aries cardinal energy here, this is going to talk about starting something new. Aries is also represented by Mars, and Mars energy has to deal with a lot of conflict. So this is where you find your conflict probably in life, is when you need to go off and start something new on your own. Sometimes that can be hard, especially when, say, in our past, we didn't grow up with really good support systems. So we don't know how to support ourselves. We don't know how to be our hype men. So that could be something that you're struggling with, is how to be your own hype man, how to believe in your dreams, how to see what you've been mastering over the years. All right, so what needs to come out? Oh, King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, the White Newman, and the Ace of Swords. For some reason, you really feel like you don't have enough to do it. You don't have it solidified in your beliefs yet. You're filling the pool, but with the White Newman here in reverse, it's usually talking about this new start, manifesting things. So for some reason, you have gathered stuff, but you keep sitting here in this King of Pentacles energy, where you've had your success, where you've built your stability, but you're bored. You are bored, but you don't believe that you can sit here and attain something more. Invest in something more. Invest in the ideas that you're having here, Virgo. But you're coming out as two kings right away. Two kings. The male or masculine energy is all about exploration, adventure, progress, development. There's something here that's really pulling at you to make the movement, to get up, to put down some things, and to invest in these ideas that you're having. Invest in whichever way you're wanting to go. But again, this comes at you believing, Virgo. Here we are, the Strength. For some reason, you don't know if you have the strength to walk away. I don't know if the strength to finally put an end to it, the strength to put a 2-week notice in, the strength to be able to let go of whatever this is. Why is it? Why do you feel like you're not capable of this strength? What is it that has you doubting? Page of Swords. I really think it has to do with your outlook. Maybe there, again, you were in an environment when you were younger where there was a lot of support. So you don't know how to view things when it comes to you going off on your own adventures. This could be an energy that you're kind of stuck in, you know, and this could actually be the lesson that propels you out of this energy. We're going to take a detour real quick. I've mentioned this. I had a little run-in with the Taurus before. And at that moment in time with this Taurus and with others, I would basically give a lot of love, a lot of adoration, a lot of positiveness to these others because I believed in their dreams, right? Well, let's just say a Taurus crossed the line, did some weird stuff, and I had to shut down to some things because what they were doing was not where I wanted to be. Because I was on a healing journey. I did not want to give in to temptation. It wasn't for me. So on this journey of learning what I deserve, on this journey of learning what I will accept and what I won't accept that was brought in by this Taurus being on my timeline, I learned that instead of looking for others to love, others to adore on, others to believe in, I needed to do that all for me. I needed to learn how to believe in myself. I needed to learn how to adore on myself. I needed to learn how to fan on myself. I needed to learn how to be my hype man. I needed to learn not how to only fan on myself, but how to be my #1 fan. And for that Taurus, no matter what it was that they were trying to put me through, I'm very grateful. Because it wasn't until that Taurus was put onto my timeline and they had to overstep my boundaries did it really put me in a position that either I stay where I'm at and I deal with this, I deal with them trying to force stuff onto me, force their way into my life, or I do what I need to do. And I figure out what this lesson was. And this lesson was one about what I deserve. And we all deserve to be our own #1 fans. We all deserve to believe in ourselves. And I feel like this is what it's going to be. At the end of the day, Virgo, if you can sit here and you can start to believe in yourself, you're going to start to build your spiritual being. You're going to start to build your spiritual protection. To when you have people here trying to go against your name, say things against you, whatever, you're not going to react because you're going to be spiritually protected. But all their little nuisance ass energy that they're trying to throw your way, it will not touch you. It will not touch you because when you feel something off, something in, you already know how to dust your shoulders off. Know how to dust your shoulders off. You know when it's just a fly coming in to bug you type of thing. You know it's nothing because again, you're going to be sound in yourself. You're going to believe that you have the resources. You're going to believe in the charisma that you have. And you're going to start to build on your ideas, no matter who says what. Anything else need to come out for the block? All right. So we have the Knight of Swords. What we talk about is how you think. How you think. Because for some reason, again, you don't feel like you have the right ideas. For some reason, you don't feel it in your thoughts. You don't see it. And this is why you don't create movement towards it. What I get is you're making movement in every other direction around it for others, but you're not making movement towards where you want to go, where you feel you need to go. And this is what could be blocking you as well, making it hard for you to see what is possible when it comes to the possibilities for you. You see how all these cards are landing here? the Chariot and the Ten of Wands. So the thing is, there's a side of you that says, hey, we need to do this, but there's another side of you that says, hey, I'm caught up. I am caught up. I can't put an ending to this. We have the Ten of Wands energy. That's going to be some mutable Sagittarius energy. There's a truth here. There's a side that we need to be more optimistic about. There's a side that, you know, we need to bring back into balance here when it comes to yourself, because you're being overrun. You're being overburdened here. You're being overburdened, but you're not giving yourself that permission to go. That permission to feel how you feel. Feel in the emotions that are surrounding you. That is something else that is holding you back here. Alright, I'm hearing one last card. One last card for the block. What is the last card for the block for the Virgo? Then we have the Moon energy here. Talk about our beliefs, talk about our mysticism, talking about our higher up connection as well, talking about how we feel. Then we have the Five of Wands. How can I believe in what I feel when everyone around me is telling me it's wrong? Oh. That's a hard one. But that's, again, you have to choose. Do you choose them? Do you choose you? Is it the red pill? The blue pill? That's a Matrix little thing if nobody knows. I'm not telling y'all to take pills. No. But we have a choice. We have a choice here. Who are you going to believe more? Are you going to believe these people who are cheats, who are scammers, who are schemers, who I'm hearing to call bottom feeders? That's not me. That's your ancestor right there. Are you going to believe these bottom feeders? Because you're not a bottom feeder. Again, your dreams, your goals, your ambitions are much higher than what these ones are willing to dream. These ones are only willing to scheme, scam, do whatever, manipulate to get to what they got, and what they got isn't much. And that's all they're going to get. That is all they're going to get. Whereas you're different. You are different, and you're going to make it to the top if you choose to, if you choose to believe, if you choose to make that journey, regardless of who's saying what, who's overly watching you, who's trying to use whatever you're trying to do against you. Forget them. What I'm hearing is forget about it. Just forget about it. They're not there for the win. They're there for the scam. That's what they're there for. Ooh-wee. This was a good one. This was a good story right here. Thank you, Virgo energy, so much for sharing your frequency with me. Let's go ahead and get this conclusion started. Universal energy, divine and divine. Come on in and help us out with the positive messages for the conclusion. What is it that we need to share with the Virgo community? You don't know it, or you're at odds ends with it, I should say, but your commitment's being tested right here, right now. Whatever it is that you've been having a lot of charisma towards, wherever it is that your passions are wanting to lead you, this is being tested. Why? Because you need to step out of your comfort zone. You need to step out of where you've been, and you need to start going to where you're ready to go, what you want to learn, where you're meant to be type of energy. I love this because this was in the cleanse. It's time. It's time to stop holding yourself back and showing the world the real you, who you are, what you're capable of, the revolution, the reform, the aspirations that you're going to bring in when you start doing some new stuff. That's what this full moon Aquarius energy is all about. Look at this. I just wanted to show you the first 3 cards that come out for your conclusion. All have purple. Third eye energy. Third eye energy, when it's going good, it's in balance. It's intuition, clarity, insight, imagination. When it's out of balance, it's lack of insight, poor imagination, nightmares, low concentration. So right here, this is really cleansing out your third eye energy, your intuition, the energy that helps guide you. You know, you may be seeing these goals and you may think it's too far-fetched of like a fairy tale dream, but that's how manifestation starts. It starts with the imagination. It starts with you seeing it before you're obtaining it. You putting that optimism into those unlimited possibilities for you. Alright, so what are the last 3 cards to come out for the Virgo community? Oh, look at that. Something you're not seeing, you're at odds ends with, is the end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. Remember, we were talking about Capricorn. The whole thing is, you got to stop hiding from your feelings. You got to sit down with your emotional being. You need to have a conversation. And that's going to help bring out the more authentic you. That's going to help you spread your wings and fly with the eagles, because you ain't going to be flocking with these pigeons anymore if you go off towards it. These all pigeon head, chicken head, mother chuckers. Excuse me. I don't know where that came from, but yeah. All right, the last card for the Virgo frequency. Take time to breathe out. What I'm hearing is no one says that you have to set your bridges ablaze when it comes to finally making the moves you need to. We don't have to burn bridges, so to say. Metaphorically, not literally. Remember, this is always for entertainment purposes. But you can do it from a sound mind. You can do it from a sound heart. You can do it with calm and focus, with the intentions of getting to where you need to be. The reason why I say it all like this, because again, there's going to be some chaos that's going to hit the fan. You got these people who are going to run their mouths, these people who are going to try and stomp on your dreams. And what they're trying to do is get an emotional reaction out of you, because I'm highlighted to this blue. They want to disturb your mental state. They want you to be like them, merciless, unkind, unsympathetic kind of energy. They want you to operate with that bitterness. They want you to match their bitterness in a sense. So even if you have your au revoir, your adioses, your goodbyes, your sayonaras, mother chuckers, they want you to basically make yourself look like a fool when you do it, because it would make them look better. Because remember, when you make changes, when you say you can't deal with something, this ain't your environment, that calls people out, and they don't like it. They don't like it, so they would rather you look like a fool. They'd rather you look like you're the one who created the mess, who did all this, yada, whatever stuff that they're gonna say. So right here, your guides don't want you to match energies with them. Your guides, your ancestors, your angels, divine and universal energy really, really, really want you to be sound in the mind. Have peace within your heart when you make your choices that you're going to make. They want you to not leave this situation with a closed heart chakra, because they want you to leave this situation behind where it's at and not take a line or a tether from this situation that you will carry for years and years after this. No, they want you to be sound. They want you to be emotionally balanced. They want you to be in harmony. They want you to have already forgiven these people for the little small-minded thinking with their little chicken head type pigeon selves. And they want you just to fill out that you're an eagle that's meant to soar. They want you to believe it. And when you do that, when you're sounding yourself, ain't no chicken head pigeon mofo can get to you. No, because they ain't nothing. Those ones are a dime a dozen. A dime a dozen. So this is going to conclude it, Virgo. This was really, really awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your story, your time, your energy, and your frequency with me. But don't forget to thank your angels, ancestors, and spirit guides, as well as divine and universal energy, for coming on in and helping out with all these positive messages. And I hope, Virgo, that you have a most wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.